Championship playoffs. Who will get to face off against Blue Scooty? Best of luck to both players. We're going to count them down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So away we go, everyone. Championship quarterfinals, 4th match. Seed 4 Sidnev versus Seed 5 Cobra. Really excited for this one. Finally glad to get this one in the books, as it's going to mean that now we can start scheduling in our season finale after this one completes. But anyway, with that being said and with everything out of the way, we'll go ahead and introduce. You know, these are two players that hardly need an introduction, but just more so give context. And in case this is your first time watching, introduce you to our two players who are starting out on the left-hand side, rolling out of the Netherlands with a PB of 8.52 million points, which is the 8th highest personal best in the history of Classic Tetris. This season marks her return to the Classic Tetris League for the first time since Season 26, and she's hit the ground running, making it to the championship playoffs once again. For the third time in the modern era of CTL. Has yet to make it past the quarterfinals in the modern era of CTL, but we'll be hoping that this time will be her first. It is Sidnev. And her opponent out of the United States of America with an NTSC PB of 5.28 million, which is 21st all time. A relatively greener player when it comes to the world of Division 1 play, has been up here since getting promoted up in Season 25, so about a little under 2 years ago. Made it to the semi-finals of the championships last season, going out to eventual runner-up Blue Scooty. It is Cobra. And currently, it is Cobra with an hour lead at 239 to Sidnev's 235. This is a particular matchup with a lot of recent history behind it. These two were in the same division this season, that being Division 1B. Sidnev finished in 2nd place. Cobra finished in 3rd, which is why they're seed 4 and 5 accordingly, because they got 28 and 22 points, which were the 4th and 5th highest scoring in the divisions. When they faced off against each other, it was Sidnev who came out on top by a score of 3-1. So Cobra will be hoping for revenge here today. And actually, of the two players, it has been Cobra who's had the upper hand in the head-to-head record. 4 matches played, Cobra has won 3 of them. The match in Season 32 was Sidnev's first win against Cobra. 375 for Sidnev, 308 for Cobra, as we're about just over halfway through level 18. It's the 3rd time they're facing off in Classic Tetris League action. The first time was in Season 26, which was Cobra's first campaign in Division 1. Cobra won in a decider by 3 games to 2. Tetris Cobra, 376. Nice clean play from both players so far. But it's Sidnev now with almost a, just over a 4 Tetris lead here. Tetris Cobra, though, to bring it down for now, but Sidnev will respond right back. You love Spring Break? Well, come to think of it, I don't, the title says SV Lapis, not Cobra versus Sidnev. Yeah, Kingsman forgot to do that, I guess. I don't have login to the YouTube, so I can't really change that from my end. King. I changed it on Twitch, but it's not on the YouTube. Sorry, YouTube folks. $584 for Sidnev, $492 for Cobra. But yes, I guess that's a good way to also say that we're also live over on YouTube. So hi, YouTube people. Hope you're all doing well. I'm sure King will get the title fixed for you guys. And if you're on Twitch and not aware of our YouTube, you should be, because that's where all of our highlights go. Shout out to Peekayric for doing an amazing job editing together all the best bits from every season. You can check it out at youtube.com/classic Tetris League. Sidnev with a nice J tuck there. Does have a bar dependency in column 3. Gonna try and build up here. Looking for the right combo of pieces. Gets a dirty column 3. Tetris goes in at 658. Cobra 545. Unsubscribed reported for clickbait. Darn. Can't believe it. $735 for Sidnev, $624 for Cobra. Nice skim here from Sidnev. She'll get a Tetris. Maintaining excellent efficiency here. Every quote-unquote dig she's been in has only lasted a few lines or so. She's a player that has regularly won so many accolades in the Classic Tetris League for her stacking, whether it's most aggressive, most creative. You name it, in terms of stacking, she has won it. Kind of a pioneer of the really aggressive, adjustment-heavy stacking that we can see from a lot of players that have taken inspiration directly from her. 938 here on level 24 for Sidnev, 778. I think the cam might be frozen. Let's just ignore that, Guafi. I was trying not to draw attention to it. Sidnev's on 968, looking for a max out in 25. Here will be just... Actually, yeah, we'll be... Oh, actually, could get it into 25 here now with that burn. And we'll do so. Max out for Sidnev into 25. Cobra on 839, still doing excellently on pace, but Sidnev has just been in another league here in game 1. The question is, can she keep that momentum? Looks like so far, so good. Cobra is digging a little bit right now. Won't be Tetris ready here for a while, and Sidnev is going to fully capitalize on that. A69 to 880. 6.5 Tetrises. Hi, Jazzy Josh. Jazzy Josh saying, Jazzy Josh reported you guys. You should permanently ban that guy. Yeah, we'll get our mod team on that for sure. B69 on level 27 here for Sidnev. 926 for Cobra. This is insane from Sidnev. As a J dependency, will take a couple burns. The horror. Still on course here for a high 1.2. Thanks, King. C58 into 29 for Sidnev. Cobra has a max out now in level 28, but is 7 Tetrises back to Sidnev, who is one of, if not the best player at stacking as aggressively as she can on level 29 play. I mean, if you're ever in any Tetris server ever, you'll have seen the amount of insane clips she'll post. And so far, so good for her. C85 to B23. Cobra will need to go aggressive himself. We'll get a Tetris, granted, as Sidnev is currently digging right now. But Sidnev is back down to the bottom. Cobra, building and stacking really clean, gets another Tetris here, and has suddenly reduced the gap to about 2.5, as Sidnev is now finally clean and stacking back up for a Tetris, which she'll get. It's D41 to C07. Cobra, though, missed the 5 tap there with the J piece and blocks off the well and is going to top out at C08. And Sidnev on D49 is going to take game number 1 here. an excellent game from Sidnev. An excellent game from Cobra as well. But this is nuts. And how high is she going to push this? It looks like it could be a rollover into... Yeah, rollover into 36. Still has 30 lines to go. Gets a Tetris, just stacking on 29 like it's nothing, but does have to close out the well, does create a hole, and that is going to be that. Sidnev takes the first game. Let's see what Cobra can do, or if Sidnev can extend the lead in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Random 1785 says, if you can average 500k in 19 phase in the 250k transition, isn't your average just higher? Whether it's the 600k transition immediately die, that's like 650k average. I mean, I guess it depends on what you mean by immediately die. Like, I would say if you like get 600k, but like you just collapse in like level 20 or 21, like a TNP player or something like that. Or if like you have like a 200k, like it can vary, like anything. I would personally say that the better option is to have the bad 18, but the good 19, because Tetrises are worth more on 19. So you can end up, while you might not have great 18, Tetrises aren't worth as much. You're not, like, you still have more potential in the second half of the game to score higher. But I can see both. I can see both being valid, because with the second one, it's like, if your opponent early tops, especially like if you're in the like beginner and intermediate levels, if your opponent early tops all the time, if you have good pace in 18, like, you should win most games. Sidnev starts off with 7 Tetrises in a row, but we'll take her first burns here. Cobra on 104. Both players were, of course, ranked in the most recent edition of the Classic Tetris Premier Poll, which is a community ranking from community journalists. Sidnev ranked in 4th place of all ranked players. Cobra ranked in 7th. So real heavyweight battle here. Sidnev is really committing to this center. Well, gets a perfect triple in a Tetris. Incredible board management that high up to maintain a really high aggressive well, but also just stay alive and make sure to get all those necessary burns needed. Sidnev gets the well open. Waiting on a Tetris here. Cobra is digging at the moment, has some clutter over the left side that he is trying to get rid of and is getting rid of. But now back by about 4.5 Tetrises here over Sidnev. It's 292 to Cobra's 188. Nice left wheel Tetris there for Cobra. Gets perfectly transferred back over. Nice ZJ adjustment and tuck from Sidnev. Will also get a Tetris. Sidnev now with a 150,000 point lead over Cobra, who does get the well back open. It is now 362 on line 79 to 223 on line 74. And if we do look at the game stats, we can see that both players aren't the strongest compared to what their usual ranks are when it comes to their fair median 19 transitions. Sidnev with a has a 570 fair median 19 transition to Cobra's 566, which puts them just shy of the top 15. But again, their post play is what really makes them stand out amongst the crowd, as their posts are about nearly 600,000 higher than their fair median 19s, which means that they can really turn on the accelerators when it comes to post play, which is why they're so deadly and very feared players, especially when games go the distance. 501 Sidnev, 330 for Cobra. Now, I did mention that Sidnev has yet to make the semifinals in the modern era of CTL when it comes to the championship playoffs. Did make the championship playoff semis back in, or made the semis back in season 18. Finished third place, going out in the losers finals to Gerald, but did defeat Pixel Andy along the way to get there. Sidnev in at 662, another really good level 19 transition score for Sidnev here. Cobra with a 451 is trailing by over 250,000 points. And it might be a big ask for him to try and outmatch Sidnev when it comes to post-play, but again, he's also one of the best at it, so if anyone can do it, you'd expect Cobra to potentially have a good crack at it. Nice skim here for Cobra, but Sidnev not relenting. Tetris Cobra, Tetris Sidnev, 790 in level 21. 817 still in level 21 here for Sidnev, 582 for Cobra. And into 22 goes Sidnev at 844. Still well on. Even though it's early days, this is still on for at least a 1.3 into 29. Meanwhile, Cobra currently at 665. Ooh, a bit of a diving board L piece there for Sidnev, but a beautiful set of burns to keep the well open. Does have to slide the S into 7-8, but we'll get two Tetrises out of it before having to just take a few burns here to resolve the stack, but does so with little problem. Sidnev on 939. Cobra, though, not giving in and has caught up a little bit here. Now only down by about 180,000 points at 755, which, again, still pretty good into 24, but Sidnev is just going to try and casually go and get a max out into 25 for the second time in this set. Almost an identical performance to how she did in game 1. Won't quite get it into 25, though. Did have to take a few burns and does have some holes in the stack. Oh, but Cobra also with some holes in the stack. That sequence causing issues for both players. Sidnev will get back-to-back Tetrises, gets a max out. Now in 26, A46 to Cobra on 772, not able to use those same bars for back-to-backs. Oh, and misses the 5-tap for the J-piece, and Cobra is going to top out at 777, and Sidnev on A82 is going to be good for game number 2 and moves to match points. 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. 9 high, it was 8 high. I think she was just trying to go for the double, but the bar never came. So it is cool. Jazzy Josh saying about that that crazy burn solve in that game for Sidnev says, it would take me a solid 4 minutes to find that solution. She did it in like half a second. That's why they're here, and we're just sitting here watching them, you know? I wouldn't find it. That's why I'm the commentator sitting here in my room speaking into a microphone at you, and, you know, like her and Cobra and Scooty and Alex and everyone, they're all competing in Div 1. Nice line spin there for Sidnev. And fills in the bar dependency before going for the Tetris. Board health above all. I mean, even Sidnev can take a second and make sure the board is nice and healthy before going for the Tetris automatically. Oh, did I miss a Buko spin? Dang. What's up, Violet? Maybe I am truly becoming a, an A-list classic Tetris celebrity if I'm missing crucial, like really cool adjustments and spins. Or just not caring because I'm so numb to it. 252 for Sidnev, 210 for Cobra. I lost the words that I needed there for a second. But yeah, so far, very strong start again from both players. Sidnev with a near perfect start. I think only 2 burns so far from her. And Cobra not too far back when it comes to that pace as well. Rebecca says, and those who can't commentate, well, you guys are sitting in the chat. And, you know, you guys are great too. But yeah, they're there playing the matches. We're here sitting and enjoying it. I'm the commentator, so I just commentate it, and then the people who can't commentate, you know, they watch, and they comment on other things that don't require speaking into a microphone. We all have a part to play in the Tetris ecosystem, but Cobra's part to play is going to be trying to get out of this dig here. And should be able to get out of this, but again, it's just going to cede more advantage to Sidnev as now she takes a 100,000 point lead. It's 434 to 334. Those who can't chat, well, you can sit there and watch. And, like, if you're blind or don't have great sight, then, you know, you can hear. And if you're deaf and blind, then you can, if you're deaf, I need to think about it. That's a good, paradox. I guess you can become a world-famous author, I suppose. Sidnev still maintaining a crazy bit of efficiency here. 95% Tetris rate. Currently have 505 on line 93. Cobra 432. 3 says, what if I'm dead? Well, then you're dead. I suppose. Yeah, you're still... Exactly, Jazzy Josh. You're still giving views to us. And Tayo says there is this type of sign language. Yeah, exactly. Because like that's how Helen Keller communicated, right? Or it's like something along those lines. I know she had like a assistant or someone that would like communicate. Well, then if that's the case, Harumi, then I do hope you get some support with that. Tetris Cobra 549. Sidnev, her pace slows down a little bit here, but this is still on for a 600k transition at 576. But yeah, really good job here from Cobra to catch up. .596 transition here for Cobra. Sidnev at a 602. Because says, I can fix you. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. Tetris Sidnev has the board nice and clean now. Still leads, but only just 635 to 606. Again, this is must win for Cobra. It's a best of 5, so first of 3 games, 1 will win. It's currently 2-0 to Sidnev. Tetris Sidnev again, 660. Cobra, 664. Cobra takes the triple. And building out this right-hand side, now does get a L piece down to get Tetris ready. Bar over Tetris, but a misrotation of the L piece will mean some more work to do here for Cobra. Sidnev is set up for a Tetris, which she'll get. Goes to 769 in level 22. Cobra on 707 takes a double. Good bar in column 3 to open back up the left. Really good down stacking here from Cobra, and now has the well back open. Yeah, cats fix everything. Level 24 now. Tetris is worth about 30,000 points apiece. 872 to 790. Another Tetris here for Sidnev. Cobra having to go for the center well here. It would only burn for a triple. Now could maybe try and set up, but piece is just not working out that way. Cobra will take a few burns just to get the board down, but has to burn at least 5 to get clean. And Sidnev running away with it again. Now on 968, looking for a max in 26. 971 to 806. Cobra will get a Tetris here as Sidnev is trying to fight to get this well back open. Could Cobra maybe take advantage of this and try and close the gap here? He's going to do his best. Gets another Tetris at 872. Goes for another. And Sidnev is now with the well back open, so both players setting up for a Tetris here. Cobra patiently waiting. So is Sidnev. It's a bit of a drought here. Cobra will get the bar and will get a Tetris to go to 910 into 28. Sidnev still waiting for this bar and still waiting for that Tetris to get the max out. Cobra has now closed the gap to about a Tetris here as Sidnev finally gets a Tetris and gets a max out. It's A32 to Cobra, who's now in 29 on 992. Sidnev also in, now on A70. So it's about a 70,000 point gap here between the two players. Cobra will get a max out now in 29. And gets a Tetris. Sidnev with a well closed. Gets a bar into column 3. Another bar dependency forming in column 4. She'll burn it out and turn it into an L dependency. Gets a J flipped in there instead. Bar into column 7 for the triple as Cobra setting up to try and take the lead here, but a couple misdrops. Cobra gets the bar over for a Tetris. And has the stack brought down. Sidnev is trying to get the well back open here. Working on it at the moment. L piece or a bar could be nice. Gets the bar, gets another bar. Perfect pieces here for Sidnev. Both players bringing down the stack. Cobra's on B40 in the lead. Sidnev B22 on level 32. Cobra with a double and a single with a Z. But the board slowly creeping up for both players here. Sidnev with a crucial triple and gets the well open. Sidnev with the opportunity to take the lead back with a Tetris, which she will land. B84 to B65 and level 34. Again, this is such a crucial game because it could decide potentially who goes to the top 4, or it could decide if Cobra keeps this match alive. And it's very close, could go either way, but Sidnev is fully clean as Cobra still fighting for the well. Tetris, Sidnev, C75, breaking into almost a 100,000 point lead as Cobra's in trouble. Doesn't get the bar over, misses the double 4 taps, and Cobra is done at B78. And for the first time since CTL Season 18, Sidnev will take Game 3 and advance to the top 4 of the CTL Championship playoffs. Your winner is Sidnev. We'll, of course, let her play this out before we show all the ending stuff and all that. But yeah, congratulations, a 3-0 sweep over a player that, for the past couple years, has really been a thorn in her side. But yes, your winner and advancing is Sidnev. Congratulations. Really great to see. Amazing play out of Sidnev there. Did have a bit of a rough time against Scooty in the CTM finals, but has absolutely bounced back in emphatic fashion with incredible scores throughout. Who's going to face off against Alex T in the semifinals? Best of luck to both players. We'll count them down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So welcome one, welcome all. It is the penultimate match of the CTL Season 32 quarterfinals for the championship. And it's two division mates facing off against each other. It's Sam Vaughn versus Critical Lapis, second versus third in the division, Seed 3 versus Seed 6. And with that, let's go ahead, in case you're either tuning in for the first time or only just catching up now. Let us introduce our two players, starting out on the left-hand side. Rolling out of the United Kingdom with a PB of 5.98 million points, finished runner-up in his division, Division 1A. Only was a blue Scooty Game 5 loss away from going perfect in the division. He has made the playoffs in each of the last 3 seasons. He is also a 2-time national champion of Classic Tetris with C2UK. And is hoping to make a run at trying to get to his second ever Grand Finals. It is Sam Vaughn. And his opponent rolling out of the USA with an overall PB of 2.96 million points. Competing in only his second ever Division 1 season and his first ever championship match. In at seed number 6, finishing third place in Division 1A. But can he pull off an upset and get through the semifinals against what might be one of the favorites coming into this bracket? It's Critical Lapis. Critical Lapis leads 199 to Sam's 108. Yeah, I know the next box is bug. It's fine. I'll sort it out later. As you probably gathered, yep, these two have faced off against each other this season in Division 1A. It was Sam who won that match, of course, by 3 games to 0, a sweep. So Critical Lapis will definitely be looking for some sweet, sweet revenge here today. It is only the second time that these two players are, third time, sorry, that these two players are facing off against each other in a match for ELO. The last time before CTL's the league phase this season was back in October 2024 in CTM Challengers, which was the second tier at the time of Classic Tetris Monthly. It was Sam who won in a decider, 3 games to 2. In the past 3 months, Sam has accumulated a fair median score of 1,278,000. What that basically means is that is the sort of average or middle game of all of Sam's games in the past 3 months. It's different from the average, but it's sort of the median score. That ranks him 8th out of all tracked players. Critical Lapis with a fair median score of 1,116,000 in the past 3 months. That puts him in the top 25. Sam is currently on 322, Critical Lapis 398. We're just about 100 lines in. How's the spreadsheet coming along? I haven't done work on it in a little bit, well, by a little bit I mean like a few days, because I've been busy with other stuff like this, the playoffs, as well as other stuff, but I'll be getting back to it. There's some stuff I want to do with it. A lot of bits is there from Sam. Both players with some really clean stacking at the moment. Some Burning from both of them for sure, but not doing bad at all in terms of their pacing. 392 at line 108 for Sam. 446 for Critical Lapis. Sam's strongest statistic in the past 3 months has been his fair 38%, which means the amount of games that go all the way to level 38 from an open 18 start, or 18 or 19 start, that is. 31.4% of his games going there. That is 4th of all active players. That is a stat only bested by Blue Scooty and Alex, I'm pretty sure, and Meme, I think, as well. I need to double check, just so I can confirm that I'm not messing that up. 494 for Sam, 530 for Critical Lapis. Yeah, Blue Scooty, Dog, and Meme. Yeah, so not Alex. Blue Scooty, Dog, and yeah. Players are now into level 19. Transition 574 for Sam, 582 for Critical Lapis. Tetris for Sam, 658. Yeah, I'll fix it, don't worry. Nice spin of that Z piece for the single for Sam. Critical Lapis gets a Tetris, 703. Tetris Sam, 720. It's back and forth, pretty much neck and neck here. Nice dirty from Critical Lapis. Sets up aggressively for the next Tetris. We'll get it. They can definitely afford to do that, given the fact that, you know, with rolling, that's what you do. We say it time and time again, but it really has sort of continued to sort of stretch the limits of level 19 and even 29 now at this stage, because we're just seeing players, especially recently, just get better and better at 29 to the point where you haven't seen them playing how even pretty good players play 19. Or not very good players like me play 18. It's crazy. 887 for Critical Lapis, 878 for Sam. And as corny as that is, it doesn't make it any less true every single time you see it. Nice pullback of that T-piece for Sam. Gets another Tetris. Critical Lapis opens up an L dependency here. Burns it away. Turns it into a J dependency. 951 now for Sam. 907 for Critical Lapis. Ronkley says, you're only a Tetris away from not being able to call yourself a not good Tetris player. Just a thought. So you're calling Kingsman a good Tetris player. Unfortunately, I know you're saying that through gritted teeth, Ronkley. I know you're saying that through gritted teeth. Critical Lapis goes into level 29 first at 995. Sam with an A69. Critical Lapis with a nice clean board. Sets up for a Tetris here. Gets the bar over, gets a Tetris. Now within one Tetris of Sam, who is just looking to try and burning, just keep this board nice and low. Critical Lapis definitely going more aggressive here in the opening 10 lines. It's A83 to A48. Critical Lapis gets the right side open, takes a crucial triple and another double. Now looking to get column 4 back open. Beautiful stacking here from both players as Sam now has the well reoriented back over to column 10. Critical Lapis set up for a Tetris with the bar comes a little bit too late, but that one won't. And Critical Lapis takes the lead back. B12 to B08. It is practically neck and neck. Almost every burn switching the lead. Tetris again for Critical Lapis. Good double here for Sam. looking to try to get column 3 back open. Gets a cheap-piece down there. Opens back up the well. Critical Lapis is back back covered again. Tetris was trying to take back the lead. Critical Lapis, covers with the L just as the bar was coming. Didn't get the S-piece all the way over and hangs the bar! And Critical Lapis is gonna top out at B63 just as Sam takes the lead back with a B85. Sam takes game 1. So have I, Runkley, so have I. Of course, Sam is going to continue to play this one out. Because every game, even if you're just mullining, counts towards your fair median and all that, which, with the rise of sort of statistics in classic Tetris, only continues to grow more and more relevant when it comes to community rankings and things like that. Stats have really been at the forefront as of recent, and Sam now looking for a potential 1.4 into 39, but we'll have to burn. Still going here into 39, gets a couple lines, but it will be a D93. 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Like, it was wide, like very, very wide. And the brightness was also messing with it. But now it's all nice and, oh, never mind. Okay. Well, at least it's more free. Okay, let me do it while I can. It's fine. $27K here for Sam. Critical Lapis in a bit of trouble here early on, but digging out nicely. Waiting patiently here for another long bar to come down. There's the bar for the Tetris. I'm not sure why now it's just doing all long bars. But it's fine. 60K to 60K. It's neck and neck. Okay. I think I got it. Every piece is the long bar. Hell yeah. In terms of the overall CTL season statistics from both players so far, this season, Sam ranks the highest when it comes to the total max outs so far this season at 23, considerably higher than anyone else. Closest is Cobra with 18. Did just get his 24th. In game 1 there. Critical Lapis getting his 18th to go, tied for second place. But what a rise as well has been for Critical Lapis in the world of classic Tetris League. Only started competing in CTL back in season 27, which was only late in 2024. Started out in Division 3, got promoted to Division 2 after season 29. Only took one season to go up to the promised land of Div 1. Survived his first season in the playoffs, the relegation promotion playoffs. Defeated Evesy by 4-1 to stay in Division 1, and what a second chance it has been, as now he finds himself in the championship playoffs. Playing against one of the best in the business in Sam Vaughn. So Critical's gonna have to find his way out of this. Good double there, but now looking for an L or a J to open up the well again. Does get it open, setting up for a dirty Tetris here. Sam is ahead on 425. Critical App is 292. Did Blue Scooty and Alex just play against plumbers and firefighters? I mean, it depends. If you consider Sam himself and Critical Apis himself, if you consider the likes of Alex, Sidnev, Cobra, Cole. I suppose if you're talking about like firefighting, I mean, you got Hydrant, Fire Hydrant. So I guess number of games, if I had to put it there, this and that. Sam played 27 games compared to Scooty's 20. That's probably why. Approaching level 19 once again. Sam on 563, but Critical Lapis has not had the 18 he was hoping for. Only on 382, and will more than likely just barely get a 400k transition here. But Sam with a pretty decent one, 614, at least by his standards. Critical Lapis with a 406. Transitions are never either player's strong suit. They only rank in about the top 30 in the past 3 months for fair, median 19 transitions. Where they really shine, especially Sam, is in the post play. Sam ranks 12th in the past 3 months for fair, median 29 transition score with an A63 compared to Critical Apis with a 993, which is still very good. So both players do know how to turn on the accelerometer when it comes to scoring highly. Tetrises are worth a lot more the deeper you go, but Critical Lapis here might not be able to score if he doesn't get out of this dig. He's in trouble here. He might be able to get out of this dig, but it will allow Sam to further extend this lead, which is not what Critical Lapis wants, but Critical Lapis does get out of it quickly and does take a Tetris, but Sam still leads by over 160,000 points on 770. Now 800 with that Tetris. Critical Lapis, 606. Tetris, Critical Lapis, 637. Unfortunately, not a perfect clear there for Critical Lapis, as the bar didn't come. And we do apologize for the constant flickering on Critical Lapis's board. I am actively working on trying to fix that.